Question. PS. When 2 times x minus 3 is less than x plus 5, which is less than 3 times x minus 5, which of the following is true? Solution. The first fundamental concept in inequality. If A is greater than B, which is greater than C, then A is greater than B, and B is greater than C, and A is greater than C. Also, if A is greater than X and X is greater than B, then A is greater than X, which is greater than B. The second fundamental concept in inequality. When we add or subtract a certain number from both sides of an inequality, the sign of inequality does not change. So if we add or subtract x from both sides of an inequality, it does not affect the inequality sign. If A is greater than B, then A plus minus x is greater than B plus minus x. The first property of inequality. Multiplying or dividing an inequality by a positive number does not change the direction of the inequality sign, which is positive rule in inequality. If A is greater than B, then A times x is greater than B times x, and A over x is greater than B over x, where x is greater than 0. We are required to select the option that will be true if 2 times x minus 3 is less than x plus 5, which is less than 3 times x minus 5. Do not try to substitute numbers when this type of question appears in the exam. At first, we apply the first fundamental concept. 2 times x minus 3 is less than x plus 5. We can move the terms containing x to one side, thus 2 times x minus x is less than 5 plus 3, and we get x is less than 8 by the second fundamental concept in inequality. X plus 5 is less than 3 times x minus 5, or 3 times x minus 5 is greater than x plus 5. We can move the terms containing x to one side, thus 3 times x minus x is greater than 5 plus 5, and we get 2 times x is greater than 10 by the second fundamental concept in inequality. Also, when both sides of the inequality are divided by 2, we get x is greater than 5 by the first property of inequality, which is positive rule in inequality. 2 times x minus 3 is less than 3 times x minus 5, or 3 times x minus 5 is greater than 2 times x minus 3. We can move the terms containing x to one side, thus 3 times x minus 2 times x is greater than 5 minus 3, and we get x is greater than 2 by the second fundamental concept in inequality. Therefore, when we combine the three inequalities above, x is less than 8 and x is greater than 5, and x is greater than 2, we get the common range as 5 is less than x, which is less than 8, by the first fundamental concept in inequality. Thus, D is the correct answer. Answer D.